Hello from Amsterdam. This month I traveled from my home in Panama to Malaysia, to London, and then to Amsterdam, and I wanted to share with you how I run my business while traveling. So here are my best tips for making it work. First, I embrace the mindset that as long as I have my laptop, I'm good to go. I can run my business from anywhere in the world. I just have to be flexible and make it work. Things are going to be totally different from your time zone to where you're working to how productive you can be, and you just have to be flexible and okay with these changes. So of course, there are going to be times where you are just taking a full-on vacation, you're not doing any work at all, and that's wonderful, and you need to make time for that as well. In this video, I'm talking about those times where you want to be doing both. You want to be traveling and working while you do so. Now, with that in mind, it's your business, you make your hours. When I'm traveling, some days I'll work a lot, other days I'll work very little, and other times I'm working very strange hours. For example, in Malaysia, I was working from 8 p.m. to midnight, and that worked because it allowed me to explore during the day and spend quality time with my family. So it really depends what we have planned for that day, and rather than having super strict set work hours, instead I'm planning my workday around any activities or day trips that we want to do. Now, I have to give a disclaimer. When I set up my business, it was very much with this lifestyle and this level of flexibility in mind. So it's really simple. I have lots of systems in place, and I have mostly passive products that don't require a lot of my ongoing involvement. So that has made this a lot more doable. So just keep that in mind as you're designing your business, really thinking about the type of lifestyle that you want to lead. So having a model like that is going to make doing this much easier. If you have a lot of client calls, for example, it is definitely more difficult and you have to run around to different co-working spaces and be a lot more concerned about the internet connection. Still, there's more co-working spaces than ever, so I still think you can make it work. So for a trip where I'm going to be working as well, here's what I pack. My laptop case, iPhone charger, Mac charger, also this international adapter, my notebook, pen, and then I bring my equipment for filming, which is super simple. Just my Shure MV7 mic, which I love, and my Logitech 4K webcam. That's what I use for all YouTube videos, course videos, Zoom interviews, anything that I might need. So for the most part, I'm working from cafes. Cafe hopping is one of my favorite things to do. So I am just putting my laptop in my bag and going adventuring around and trying to find places where they'd be cool if I set up and do a bit of work. On this last trip, it was really nice. We would adventure around and then just do a few pit stops along the way, get a little bit of work done or do some journaling, and it made for a really enjoyable exploring and work day. This is probably the thing I research the most. I'm looking for bright spaces with comfy seating and spaces that look like they'd be okay with us pulling out our laptops. So I go into Google Maps, look for coffee places around me, then click on one, go into photos, and I scroll over to Vibe, and I'm studying what the cafe looks like and if I think it's good for work. If I have a call or meeting, it's possible that I'll be able to do it from my hotel or Airbnb. So when I first arrive, I do a little speed test, see what we're working with, and then if not, that's when I go to a co-working space. They will have awesome internet for you. They'll have little call rooms that you can use, and you'll be good to go. Purposely, I do keep calls limited, but I do have a team meeting every Monday. I have a membership where I host a weekly call every Wednesday. And then on Friday, we have a meeting all about Tim's Club, our nonprofit that we launched recently. So yeah, I do have some calls that I need to attend to, and I will use Zoom for that, of course, like we are all using for every call. Now, let's say that I need to film. In an ideal world, you will batch your content before your trip, and then you won't have to do this. But you know, if you haven't done that like me and you need to do it while you're traveling, that's totally okay as well. In that case, I will do it from my hotel or Airbnb, and I am just trying to find the best possible filming position that I can. That means that I am working with the natural light and positioning myself to the window as best as I can and just making the best of the situation and the background and trying to make it look as aesthetic as I possibly can. Sometimes this is gonna work great, other times not so much, but the background is not the most important part of your content. So here's an example of what it will look like. It's very much a makeshift setup. I'll often be sitting on the floor, but it totally works. So when you travel, really use this as an opportunity to get more inspired, which you will. So this is a huge benefit of traveling. You're going to feel more inspired and you're going to feel inspired to create content. So while you're there, just take as many video clips as you possibly can. You're going to be able to use this as B-roll, so just footage in the background of your reels, your TikToks, maybe in a future YouTube video. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind as well. Like, what can I be filming? What can I be capturing that you can then use in the future? So as you can see, it's all about being more flexible than usual. Now, I mentioned Zoom for any meetings. On top of this, I use the tool that I love so much, Asana, to keep myself organized. When you are traveling all around, it's easy to feel a bit scatterbrained. So having a tool like this that tells me exactly what I need to be doing and when is very helpful. That's also what I use to communicate with my team. So I'm still able to be totally aware of what's going on in the business and to outsource things to them. And then other than that, for any in-between communication that we need to do, then we're using Slack. It's just like a little messenger app, but for business, and it's really handy. There's an app on your phone, so you're always still plugged in to what's going on, and you can be there for your team when needed. So that's it. It's not too complicated, but this is how I make it work. I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions at all in the comments down below, and tell me if you have any trips planned coming up. I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon with another video.